Hello gamers and welcome back to the Armbar arcade. I'm Nay and today we're playing NBA Jam on the Mega Drive. Now this is the tournament edition. I don't know how it varies from the standard edition, but that's what I've got, so we're going to play the tournament edition. We're going to go for a head-to-head to start. Now here's the choice of teams. I think a couple of these teams are a little bit changed or defunct in the modern day. I know for a fact that the Seattle Supersonics are not a thing. Although I've got their basketball caps, so that's a good start. We've also got the Charlotte Hornets, which I think are back being a thing, but weren't a thing for a while. They were the Charlotte Bobcats or something like that. And the Washington Bullets, I think, are the Washington Wizards now. Other than that, though, everything else seems to be pretty much unchanged. So I'm going to choose the Boston Celtics, my all-time favourite basketball team. I've got quite a few favourites, just based on the fact that some of them have cool logos, and there's so many teams. So we're here up against the Timberwolves. Now the classic thing about the NBA Jam games was of course that there's only two players on the court at any one time. And they have just scored. Let's see if we can do something about that. We can indeed. Yeah, there's two players on the court at any time, so it's a lot faster paced than sort of simulation basketball games. And there's a lot of end-to-end play, and it's all about the scoring and the big moves, really. So we're going to shoot from here, see if we can get, well, it's for two, because we just went over the line. I was trying to get a 3 there, but we'll just have to ignore that. I haven't looked up the controls before I played, so we'll see how that goes. I used to love the Dreamcast version. NBA on NBC was a really good video game. But this is where it all started. The entire NBA Jam series and franchise started from here. Obviously there's stuff like NBA Street nowadays and NBA 2K18 and all those sort of more simulation ones. But I love this 2-on-2 style of sort of fast-paced basketball, and you know, you don't really have to worry about too many of the rules really. It's not all stopping for free throws, it's just trying to get on fire, you know, trying to steal the ball back and get more points than your opponents. Which we're failing to do currently, but, you know, basketball's a game of however many thirds or halves or... I mean, I used to watch quite a lot of basketball, so I probably should know this, but I think there's 4 quarters in basketball. I'm going to go with 4 quarters. Could be wrong, obviously. Oh, there we go. First quarters. Yeah, there's 4 quarters in basketball. They're all pretty short as well, so it's worth trying to score as much as you can. There we go. 17-19, not bad. And the thing is, obviously with these short games, you'd think maybe the scorelines wouldn't reflect normal basketball scorelines, but a lot of the time the fast-paced play kind of helps. Like, if we can score... No, we can't. 19-19 wouldn't be a bad first quarter scoreline. As it is, it's probably going to be 21-17 unless we can score this one. Nope. There goes the buzzer. So let's see if we can make a substitution here for someone who's a little bit better at playing. I don't know quite who we've got. We've got Brown, Raja and Brown, Wilkins, Brown and Wilkins. We'll go with that. Not really too sure of the players in this era. It's a little bit before my time really with basketball. I watched a little bit towards the end of the sort of 2000s, 2009, 2010 sort of time. So yeah, they're pulling ahead a little bit too much for my liking, so we're going to try a few 3-pointers, hopefully. I think that was a 2-pointer because we keep just crossing the line. Try some defense. Didn't work, but 7 points behind currently. Okay, let's just put it in. Nice. It's good when you go for a 3-pointer, miss, and can still convert it into 2, because otherwise you're really missing out on the 2 points you would have scored if you tried to get safely. There we go. Okay, here we go. We're going to just run all the way up the other end and shoot it straight in. That's perfect. He's heating up. He needs one more, and he'll be on fire, but nope, they break his streak. I think that's one of the best things about the NBA Jam series is when the players get on fire and there's sort of special, not quite simulation basketball moments, if you know what I mean. You know, you wouldn't see it in a normal basketball game, but it's cool to see guys, you know, going on fire and all this. in the 2v2 format. We're not defending as well as we could, but we are only 2 people. He's got a rebound. I love the music as well behind it. Like, sports games with music behind them, usually it's kind of like, well, there wouldn't usually be music behind sports, but basketball is one of those sports where there's quite a lot of music within the stadium anyway, so it's not entirely unexpected to have music behind basketball. I used to get told off a lot for goaltending in the Dreamcast version of NBA on NBC. I think that's when the ball's coming down towards the net and you basically just swipe it away, but it's already on a trajectory to score, so you're not allowed to do that. We used to come up with a massive klaxon. Bit like that, but a bigger klaxon. So it's 37-31 at half time. We're not doing too badly, but we do need to start outscoring them. There's a good 3. We're within 3 points of them now. Every 3-pointer you score and then they score a 2-pointer, you're gaining another point, which is kind of my strategy in basketball in general, is just score a lot of 3-pointers and just make the difference up in your offense. Which isn't any good against a team that scores lots of 3s, but it seems like a lot of teams go for 2s, so it's not too bad of a strategy, especially if you've got a 3-point scorer like Brown. Wow, he's really making up the difference. If we can just steal the ball or get a rebound. Yes, here we go. Try for 3, let's be cheeky. Oh no, it hasn't come off. That's what I get for trying to be cheeky, but if we can score a 3, we're going to tie the game. It wasn't good. It's risk and reward though. I think once we get to level, we can start getting the 2s and trying to steal the ball. Of course, the announcer made a lot of the NBA Jam stuff fun. Stuff like alley-oop and slam baby. All that sort of stuff was good fun back in the day. Gotta say, it wasn't something that I played back in the day. I was more of introduced to it through the Dreamcast version, but the Mega Drive version is the classic version of NBA Jam, of course. No. Or the SNES version, either. I mean, it's basically the same game. I think I've got it on both consoles as well. It was just the Mega Drive was set up for recording after the episode on Super Fantasy Zone the other day. So we trail by 11 going into the last quarter. We're going to need to change some things up. Oh, one guy on our team has no injuries. We'll have him. Wilkins and Raja. Raja's got 9 out of 10 for 3-point scoring, so that's promising. If we can just get the ball. Nice. Okay, the comeback is on. I don't know why I shot there, but we could have had some more points. Oh, we've intercepted it again. Let's get some more points. Yes, there we go. Okay, so we didn't waste the chance. We're only 6 behind now. The comeback is definitely on. If our defensive skills can just heat up a little bit. Oh, yes. Come on, let's slam that in. No. Oh, even better. Okay. See, there's a computer player as well. You can sort of tell them what to do every now and then, but they basically act out of their own free will. So you just hope that they do good things. And they do. Nice, 57-57. The game is tied from 11 points behind to 57-57. That's great. Now, if he can just give the ball to me and I score the 3-pointer, we're going to go ahead for the very first time in this game. And we do. So there's 1 minute 9 seconds left in the quarter. We need to be careful. But I think we might have this. So it's 60 points to 61. We're going to carry on with the 3-pointers because rebounds are a thing. But it's taken off us. This could be close now. So we're 3 behind. To the 3-point shooter. He's going to shoot for 2 because he's an idiot. But we're going to get the 2 because, you know, you got to take what you can get. Steal the ball. If we steal here, we're going to win. Or if we get some sort of rebound. Okay, goaltending. Don't do that. We're 4 behind now. Okay. Score the 3-pointer. Yes, that's the first part of the plan. We've got 8 seconds to steal the ball and score. And we do it! And amazingly, we're ahead. Okay, they've got 3 seconds. We did it! 67-66 in the final seconds. Oh, the Boston Celtics beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. And, I mean, that was close. That was kind of a basketball epic of... It's not even 2 halves. It was like most of the game, and then the last 2 seconds we were like, you know what, we actually want to win this. So, yeah, the comeback was on. NBA Jam is a good little arcade basketball game. Really fun on the Mega Drive. Maybe I'll look at the Dreamcast version sometime. The Dreamcast version has kind of a little bit more depth and some more game modes. But that's just about it for this episode of Nay Plays NBA Jam on the Armbar Arcade. Leave in the comments your favourite arcade-style sports games. So we're looking at stuff like NBA Jam. There's some arcade soccer games. Mario Strikers is a pretty good sort of very arcadey soccer game. And I think some of the Street series like FIFA Street, NFL Street, all those were a little bit more arcadey than the simulation-style main series games. If you like this episode, leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe. And I will see you next time in the Armbar Arcade.